unemployed, but hopefully soon to be an artist.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I just quit my architecture job to try and become an artist with nothing but about 200 Instagram followers and a dream. I tried to do this talking bit right after I got home from my last day of work, but I was filled with a lot of nervous energy, so that went about as well as it looked. So here we are, a couple weeks later. It's January 2nd, 2026. This is Luna, by the way, my little helper. She's being cute. I wanted to talk a little bit about my goals going into 2026 for how I hope to grow and make income as an artist, and I guess you can decide if that's the kind of journey you want to stick around for. So I have about 3 main goals to grow as an artist in 2026. Number 1 is to revamp my existing shop and do some branding and all that. Which existing and shop is a very generous term for what I have so far. I've had an Etsy store open for a little under a year, and it's got 5 stickers on it and about 4 sales. But we're gonna change that. I've already got more stickers that I've designed and printed and just haven't listed because I haven't had the time or energy. But anyway, number 2, and probably the biggest one, is to vendor at an art market for the first time, which has been a dream of mine for so long. And I feel like that will be the point where I'll be like, oh my god, I've made it. And I feel like that can go really well with the first goal, because to be able to vendor at an art market, I need more things to sell, and with more things to sell, there'll be more things to put on my shop. So that would be really exciting to do. And then goal number 3 is to start taking commissions, which is something I haven't looked into as much, but I think that would be really cool and also a really good source of income. And apart from those 3 goals, I did have a pretty big New Year's resolution, if that's what you call it, or I guess goal for the year, where I want to try and draw every day where possible. Obviously, there's going to be days where I can't, but I'm going to try and draw almost every day. So I think I'm gonna move over to my sketchbook now and do my sketching for the day, because I am already losing my voice. I'm not a born yapper, unfortunately. So see you in the voiceover, I guess. I won't lie, this is actually me sketching a couple days later, because I realized that up close my nails were super grown out. So I had to go get them off and paint over the carnage before I could film this part. So anyway, how and why am I doing this? Why is this the right time? You might be wondering, you might not, but I'm gonna ramble. So when I finished my architecture degree 2 years ago, I was really lucky to line up a job to start almost straight away. Except after about a year of working on some really cool projects with some of the nicest people, I discovered that I actually really don't like working in architecture, and I got really burnt out. For the past year while I was working, I started studying a postgrad design degree part-time and decided I would leave my job at the end of 2025. Initially, my goal was to go straight into a graphic design career, but I've always been trying to do art on the side and never had the time or energy to really make it work. And separate to this, my partner and I have been renting an apartment together for the past few years and had decided to move into my parents' house together when our lease ends this month due to unrelated cost of living crisis reasons. So I figured, since I'm setting myself up to change careers and won't have all the big living expenses, it could be the perfect opportunity to take a bit of a break in between jobs and finally give myself the chance to try going all in on art, with graphic design as a fallback for if it all just doesn't work out. And even though I am really excited to dive into my new goals and make this video, I realized that I was on my way to making the usual mistake of rushing into each new chapter of life and getting burnt out. So this time I'm going to start slow, meaning that this video might only see the light of day in like February or something. So anyway, if if you'd like, come with me on this journey to finally take my shot, to follow my passions and become an artist. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.